boom, chicka boom, chicka boom, chicka boom, chicka boom.
It's the Travis Show. It's the Travis Show.
Chicka boom, chicka boom, chicka boom, chicka boom.
The Travis Baynks Show.
How are you doing today, Kinesiology 2330? Today we're here to talk about care and prevention of knee injuries. Now there's some of the most common sports and activity-induced injuries, and we have two guests today that have come to talk to us about their traumatic events. With me I have David and Brittany. We're going to hear about their experience and the way that they overcame their knee injuries. Guys, what do you have to say?
Well, Travis, I've always had knee problems because playing center and being the big man in the paint. But my first real injury happened my freshman year at Ithaca University. By getting the rebound, landing in flexion position, and turning to outlet the ball. Then my knee just gives out. Later to find out, I tore my meniscus. After I tore my meniscus, luckily I didn't have to have surgery, but I had to go through extensive rehab and build the muscles around my knee to strengthen the joint as a whole. I was out of play for a little over a month.
Is that normal time to be out for a knee injury?
Well, it all depends on how well you take care of your injury and how well you stick to your rehab plan. I had a good trainer.
Yeah, you did.
So I was only about out for a month, but it could be up to 3 months.
So what about your most recent knee injury?
Me?
Anyways, so what happened to you?
Well, during the second game of the season, I stole the ball and was on a fast break towards the rim. I went up for what I thought was an easy dunk and landed a little awkward and heard a pop, and then I tore my ACL.
So, Brittany, what did you see?
Well, I see knee injuries all the time, but mostly from women athletes due to the fact that they tend to have wider hips and have slight cases of genu or knock knee. The first thing I do after witnessing a knee injury, I try to follow all the steps to PRICE.
PRICE? What's that?
Protection, rest, ice, compression, and elevation. Most importantly, ice and compression. I then refer them to a physician to get further examination. For this particular injury, we immobilized the leg, removed him from the court, and had our team physician examine him.
Well, we have a clip of your most recent ACL injury here with us today. Is anybody interested in seeing it?
Oh, I do!
By Livingston after good defense by Mobley. No finish. Didn't study anatomy. Thank you. A little squeamish. You might not want to see all this.
It's got to be when he lands. Oh, right there.
Yeah. Oh, dear me. Oh, yes. Oh, dear.
Ouchies, bro. What'd you do to get back from an ACL injury like that?
Well, bro, I've for sure been doing a lot of hamstring and quadriceps building exercises to help strengthen the muscle around my knee. It seemed to help me a lot, made me feel a lot better and a lot more stable while playing ball. But before all that, we started really light with some simple movements using TheraBands and easy exercises. Then we progressed slowly to actual weight-bearing movements. And then we finally made it to real basketball time drills that we run every day in practice. Emotionally, I felt like if I moved on from this, but you wanted to watch the clip again.
Well, what would you do different?
Well, I would incorporate more agility, balance, and endurance exercises to help better prepare my body to respond to true game speed and movements.
Well, I definitely hope to see you out on the court again showing all those clowns how to really ball.
Thank you.
And thank you both of you for coming and telling us a little something on knee injuries. I hope to see y'all again, and good luck this season.